Welcome to the Pathways to Surrender podcast. I'm Michael Warmoth, and thank you for joining us for this guided meditation. Please note that these meditations are recorded in a tropical setting with the windows and doors open, so you will hear birds and other sounds. Try not to let them distract you from the words. Let's take a moment now to just get settled in, get comfortable and relaxed. Maybe close our eyes and take some breaths and just listen to the music before the meditation starts. We have the ability to choose what we pay attention to. At any time, we are free to change our focus of attention. For most of us, for most of the time, paying attention to our thoughts, to the constant stream of ideas and thoughts and judgments that are flowing across our mind. But we can choose to change our focus. If you were to choose to focus your attention on that part of you that is in contact with the floor or the chair or whatever is supporting you at this moment, you could change where your attention is directed. You could feel the contact of that supporting surface. And then if you moved your attention to your breath, it's suddenly become conscious of how your breathing is. It might change as soon as you pay attention to it. We are consciously aware of what we pay attention to. Our awareness is filled with what we choose to look at. When our conscious awareness is consumed with thoughts, anxieties, and worries, we are dissociated from reality. We aren't experiencing reality. In order to experience reality, we must decide that is what we are interested in. We must choose. The first thing we may notice is that there is some resistance to changing our focus. When we are in a dissociated state, not present, there is resistance to changing. We don't want to, because to change means letting go of control. And to the egoic, dissociated mind, letting go is not a good idea. And so we can see that we are identified with that mind. When we have resistance to letting go, we are believing stories that the ego has created about the danger of letting go. Our faith and trust are in the ego, in control. Believing that if we don't make it happen, whatever it is, it won't happen. That is why we must remind ourselves that actually there is no danger in letting go. There is no threat. Yes, there may be some discomfort, some disturbing feelings, but these are temporary. They pass. If we make the decision to stay conscious and present, and be at peace with what is, not resist it, not judge it, it will pass. We have no doubt heard the word devotion or devote. To devote our attention means to fill our conscious awareness with whatever it is we are choosing to devote ourselves to. If we choose to devote ourselves to what is real in this moment, we are going to fill our conscious awareness with the experience of just being present to what is in this moment. Let us devote our minds, our consciousness, our attention to the process and task of becoming present, letting go of control, softening and releasing, of entering into the silence and stillness that is always part of this moment. There is more than silence and stillness here, right now. There is the experience, the presence, power of the infinite. That experience is not some kind of magical or hallucination. It is the authentic experience of our connection with the absolute. That experience is an energetic experience. And it originates from the heart. The heart is the true center of consciousness. But we have broken the connection. Our conscious awareness has been turned away from the consciousness of the heart. Consciousness of the heart brings peace, brings knowing, brings the deep understanding of our true nature, our bigger, more authentic self, intricately involved and connected to everything, capable of so much more than the mind that we have become accustomed to. When we reopen communication, consciousness of the heart, our consciousness is expanded beyond anything we can imagine with our limited egoic consciousness. Creativity abounds, joy and love are normal. most of all, we are at peace with ourselves and what is. It is not unexpected that the heart feels perhaps remote or disconnected or even fanciful. But be assured that it is the consciousness that has given you life, keeps you alive, that has guided you. And so we can see that there is more to consciousness, our awareness, what we can be aware of, than just the limited, narrow focus of the dualistic, egoic mind. We don't have to judge ourselves if we don't feel connected to that expanse of consciousness that we are hearing about. For most of us, the heart became a center of pain, betrayal. Why we have devoted a lifetime to avoiding it. If we can be compassionate, forgiving of ourselves, we can be gentle and understanding. If we can cultivate that compassion, then we will be more willing to reconnect with our heart. The very act of compassion opens that channel of communication. We know much more than we think we do. We are connected to the infinite intelligence, the infinite consciousness. We are receiving information all the time. At so many levels. But mostly we have chosen to trust the information of the five senses and leave it at that. It is what the ego does. It limits, constricts, and contracts. Afraid of the infinite because we cannot control it. And it isn't difficult to see that somewhere within us is a great fear of losing control or being out of control. Our conditioning is intense that way. We have come to have created a fearful prospect out of losing control. It is the definition of insanity, but actually, control is insanity. For insanity, by definition, means out of touch with reality. The ego is way out of touch with reality. The heart is intimately connected with reality. And so, let us devote ourselves to that expanded consciousness that is available to us. Let us enter into the silence and stillness. Soften. Let's become available. We can't force ourselves to connect, but we can become available when we can choose to allow it. It's not something that we do, something we allow. Something we say yes to, something we have been saying no in so many ways. Now, we can choose requires of us to be willing to sit with the fear and anxiety of letting go, to surrender control, to just be with what is, unconditionally accepting and allowing. Experience of that consciousness within us, that spirit, that presence is all that we have been looking for. All desire evaporates in that presence. Peace is reality. Let us continue to devote ourselves to that presence and that peace. Thank you for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you would like more information on these meditations and teachings, you can visit pathwaystosurrender.com. You might be interested in our other podcast, Pathways to Wholeness. These are episodes of meditative teachings designed to help us move to the next step in our journey, letting go and learning to surrender, overcoming resistance. That's Pathways to Wholeness. Look for the next episode soon. We'll be uploading them every couple of days. See you next time.